Today we are at Cafe Spice Namaste on Prescott Street in E1, and we are actually hosting a small masterclass for Casey and her friends. Casey took part in a recipe competition and she was the winner because we picked her recipe as the most wholesome, nutritious.
Well, we have been with a cooking lesson with Cyrus Todiwala, the chef.
What else could we add to that soup to make it nice and interesting?
And he made with us my recipe of vegetable soup and the pesto sauce.
And so her prize was to invite 7 or 8 of her friends, come to my restaurant, and I'd do them a class in which I'd cook her recipe with a few alterations just to excite the students into seeing a different side of eating healthily.
And it's lovely to be here in this fantastic setting today to see the recipe being made up and the children enjoying it.
Healthy weight, healthy lives in Tower Hamlets is our key obesity strategy, and Recipe for Fun is just one of a number of projects that we have run over the last 3 years to remove the barriers to healthy eating for children and families within Tower Hamlets.
I'm at Cafe Spice near Tower Hill in London, and I'm here today to support Chef Cyrus Todiwala, who's a member of the Academy of Culinary Arts for whom I work. The children arrived at Cafe Spice this afternoon, and after washing their hands I decked them out with hats and aprons, and then they were treated to a sit-down beautiful meal cooked by a chef here today, and that was great because they learnt to try new things, new tastes, and they ate together, and it really brought out the communication skills and showed the importance of sitting down and eating together.
So the competition was created. We sent the information out to all primary schools, not secondary schools, and we had more than 85, 90 recipes submitted, which was fantastic. So we shortlisted 10, and then from there we picked up the 3 top, and then from those 3 top we picked the top best, and that was Casey.
What's really impressed me is the imagination of the children, the sheer variety of recipes that we've had. They've covered every continent.
We've been working with schools in Tower Hamlets for a little while. Part of our plan was to celebrate the range of recipes that children and schools had submitted to us.
Casey's recipe, vegetable soup with pesto and salad. Sounded great, ticked all the boxes, but that's not me. I wanted something more out of it. I wanted the kids to enjoy more of the flavors of that is now happening in Britain. So vegetables are in abundance at the moment.
I like the smell of garlic.
Cyrus adapted it a little bit more by adding a whole lot more vegetables into the soup.
Can we add some carrot? Yeah. Good. Can we add some celery? What else can we add? Shall I put the whole courgette in? Casey, come on. Okay. Where she had only courgettes and pepper and tomatoes with onion and garlic, we added carrots to it, we added baby corn to it, we added beans to it.
There was 13 vegetables altogether.
Mushroom, 7, carrots, 8. Anything else?
We added potatoes to it, and we changed the soup's composition a little bit. So much so that it became a beautiful, thick vegetable soup. So, Mum?
Actually, today I learned not to use a stock cube in soup.
Potatoes, boiled vegetables, rice, collect the water, use it for cooking.
I'm really impressed that he didn't need a stock cube at all.
It's much nicer because you get great flavor.
And less salt.
And less salt. Salt isn't very healthy for us anyway, you know that. The soup's cooking, let it come to the boil.
Well, in common with many other inner city areas, Tower Hamlets has worryingly high levels of childhood obesity. 25% of children at the age of 11 have been identified as being at risk of being obese. The causes of obesity in children and adults are very complex, but the beauty of Recipe for Fun is that it works directly with the most important people. It works with children themselves and with their families in order to ensure that we can sustain the behaviour change that is hopefully carried out within the schools.
Casey's recipe also had a salad, but just to put rocket leaves in a bowl would have meant that the kids only learnt about rocket. So we put in rocket, we put in lolo rosso, we put in cos lettuce, we put in 3-4 other lettuces, and we made the salad more interesting. And just the dash of that pesto, that was it really. Shall we put some coriander in the pesto? Yes. For flavor, yeah? Yes. So we did that. In the pesto, naturally, Basil is, of course, we grow basil in India, we grow 20 kinds of basils in India, but we also have lots of lovely coriander, and Britain grows fabulous coriander. So I thought we were going to add some coriander to it, and with the addition of coriander, the pesto came out really superb. Come on, everybody. And moms and dads as well. We eventually made the soup to start with. With the soup, we made the pesto, we made the salad.
It was delicious, absolutely delicious. Rather than sticking to a basic recipe, you can hide a lot more vegetables in that children think they don't like, and they will eat it if it's blended into a soup.
The competition is designed primarily to encourage more and more people in Tower Hamlets to eat more healthily.
It's a great way of building healthy eating messages into the school curriculum. It makes it hopefully very easy for teachers locally to prepare and present healthy eating teaching sessions. And best of all, it hopefully teaches or shows children how fun, easy and satisfying it can be to start to prepare your own food.
Healthy food can be very tasty, or very tasty food can also be very healthy, either way.
I think today the children enjoyed it immensely, just being part of the kitchen, seeing everything getting cooked, and Cyrus is a brilliant entertainer as well as a chef. He had all the children involved and they really felt like part of it.
It's been great to have Cyrus involved and to see his great enthusiasm and skill as a communicator and teacher of the healthy eating messages.
These kids had a lot of knowledge. I picked up a piece of ginger, they knew ginger, they knew garlic, they knew celery, they knew rocket. And this is amazing information for a chef to understand, when most of the time you see that kids are not switched on to good food.
It'd be lovely to see from the competition that children continue to eat healthily and keep exploring ways of cooking healthily as well.
I think this project has shown that it's certainly possible to involve children in a fun way, cooking healthy meals. We have a number of committed partners now, and I think it's very exciting to imagine that we can take this further.
All in all, they taught me a lot as well, because they taught me that I should not also presume that they have no knowledge, or presume they don't understand food at all. Every family is different, and I am very, very impressed with the families whose kids were represented here today.
What I've learnt is to not judge the food by its looks and just add a bit of danger to it. So there's all sorts of spices and you don't need to be scared to use them.
Well, I'd like to compliment Casey on her winning recipe. It stood out from the other very good submissions on account of its simplicity, but also the range of quite exciting, healthy ingredients that she incorporated into it.
So the whole exercise was to get those parents involved with their kids. And I think this was a big success.
And the whole day, I think, has been fantastic. They tasted ingredients that they'd never tasted before. And I'm pretty sure that these children will be inspired by the whole experience today.
And the whole community gets involved, which is the best part of it all, because it's become a community-wide event.
We've shown that this approach can work, and we do really think that this project and this sort of project can really make a difference to reducing childhood obesity in Tower Hamlets.